Stenowalebabu welcomes you. Shorthand dictations in male and female voice from all sources like magazines, speeches, and editorials at various speeds up to 120 WPM for various departments like SSC, DSSSB, CRPF, Delhi Police, etc. Please like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.
Exercise number 20. The appellant calls in question his conviction under section 302 of the Indian Penal Code 1860, hereinafter referred to as the IPC for short. The High Court, originally the appellant, was accused number 1 before the trial court. Accused numbers 2 to 4 were his parents and his brother. They were altogether charged with offences under section 302, read with section 34 of the IPC. This is, besides being signature not verified, charge under section 498A of the IPC. The trial court convicted all the accused for offences under section 302, read with section 34 and section 498 of the IPC on appeal filed by the appellant and the other accused numbers 2 to 4 stand acquitted of all the offences. The appellant has also been acquitted of the offence under section 498A of the IPC. However, the High Court, by the impugned order, had convicted him for the offence under section 302 of the IPC instead of section 302, read with section 34 of the IPC. This is besides as a fine. The prosecution case, in short, is that the appellant and the other accused committed murder of the wife of the appellant. As already noticed, the charge was of committing murder under section 302, read with section 34 of the IPC. The father of the appellant lodged a complaint wherein it was inter alia alleged that the marriage of the appellant and his deceased wife took place prior 2 years as per custom. Half tola gold remained to be provided. Due to poverty, he could not provide half tola gold. The accused maintained the deceased properly for the period of first 8 months as told in this case. 3 months prior to the incident, the deceased disclosed to the complainant and his wife that all the accused were maltreating the deceased by insisting her to bring half tola gold, dress and rupees 5,000 for business of bakery. They insisted her to bring this from her parents and assaulted her. They did not provide food to her and maltreated her. She was threatened with murder if the demand was not fulfilled. So deceased decided to stay with her father for 2 months in the beginning. Within 2 months, nobody from the accused came to receive her. The deceased disclosed about the maltreatment to his sister. His sister convinced the deceased and brought her to the house of the accused. 8 days prior to the incident, his sister informed him that accused visited her house and demanded half tola gold dress and the amount. On 10th March 2005, he received information by phone that deceased was serious and admitted to a hospital at Durg. The complaint activated the police. Investigation was done. Charge sheet was filed. Charges were framed as already mentioned, rejecting the contentions of the appellant and the other accused. The trial court convicted them. It was found that the deceased had been throttled. The evidence of the doctor supported the case of murder. The claim that it was a suicide by the deceased was rejected. The High Court, however, found only the appellant guilty under Section 302 of the IPC. We have heard learned counsel of the appellant who appeared before us and also learned counsel for the state. Counsel for the appellant would submit that the case of the prosecution was one of commission of offence under Section 302 read with Section 34 of the IPC. It was the case of the prosecution that all the accused together committed the act of murder. He would complain that in appeal, when the High Court found it fit to acquit accused number 224, the accused cannot thereafter be convicted. He drew our attention to the judgment of this court in Sawal Das versus State of Bihar. He would submit that when the prosecution failed to establish the guilt of accused numbers 224 in the circumstances of this case, it must be taken that prosecution has also failed to establish the case against the appellant, as it would be the case under Section 302. He would submit that it was a case where the deceased had taken her own life. Appellant and her brother had married around the same time. 2 years into the marriage, the appellant and his late wife deceased were not blessed with a child. On the other hand, a child was born to his brother. This caused frustration and finally led the deceased to take the extreme step. These facts were placed before the High Court. The High Court took positive view of the matter and took the decision accordingly. This is the basic fact as presented. Thank you.